I want to give Dylan Whyte the benefit of the doubt, but twice now. I've been a little bit behind on the story. However, I am going to be covering this weekend Anthony Joshua versus Robert Helenius. Robert Helenius stepped in to face Anthony Joshua after Dylan Whyte failed the drug test, or results came out. According to Eddie Hearn, Saturday morning-ish UK time. Correct me if I'm wrong. They were supposed to fight in a rematch this weekend. Lord, I forgot what this weekend is. It's the 12th Saturday, right? On what was supposed to be the Zone pay-per-view in the UK and the Zone here in the States. Now, it is going to be on the Zone in the UK, but not the Zone pay-per-view, just in your regular Zone subscription. Now, over here in the States, I'm paying $27 a month for the Zone, mostly because I make the money back, but also I'm not giving them a flat fee. Like, I don't trust their content. You see what I'm saying? And I'm starting to get a feeling in my bones over here in the States that they're going to put Devin Haney versus Rigas Prograis on pay-per-view. Well, anyway, let's talk about the card. You got Jared Chisora taking on Gerald Washington. You got Felix Hrgovic taking on Dempsey McKean. Me and Big J are going to talk about that later on. In fact, I'm sorry, let me pull up this card here. By the way, Dylan Whyte last loss was Tyson Fury last April. Got stopped in the 6th round. Title shot he was waiting for a long ass time due to a failed drug test against Oscar Rivas. Vada. Jermaine Franklin got a nice solid win over Jermaine Franklin in a close fight last November. And now, I mean, here's the thing. You want to try to give these guys the benefit of the doubt, but it's just like where? Like what? But how can we do it? Like it's a second failed test. And in the most stringent program, you're supposed to know everything that you're putting into your body. And then when I hear Eddie Hearn say and read about that he can't talk about it, like he can't talk about what the substances are. Like, we haven't heard what any of it is. That's like shady. It's like, why don't you want us to play internet PED doctor? Why can't we just be like, you know what? Yeah, that shit, like kind of like the needles, what's that shit that Gerald Miller was taking? Or how about the phentamine T, according to Oscar Valdez, who was fighting this weekend, by the way. It's just a joke. He put out a statement, obviously. I insisted on VADA 24/7 testing for this fight. Okay. But doesn't mean, what I've learned is that PD users, I'm not saying this is the case here, allegedly, but PD users, sometimes they can fuck up their cycle, like where they may be on it for a certain period of time, but then don't have it out of their system before like the testing testing pool starts. Conor McGregor is being accused of that over it's being insinuated by fans that Conor McGregor may be on or off the juice or cocaine, and he's out here juicing to his gills. He's in a new Roadhouse movie coming up, by the way. Another question is, well, how come Hrgovic couldn't step in? How come Dempsey McKean couldn't step in? Well, according to Eddie Hearn, the left-handed fighters, and they're preparing for they're preparing for a fight with Deontay Wilder in January of 2024. And as you know, Deontay Wilder knocked out Helenius in his last fight. And when was that, by the way? Take your time out, like the video, subscribe to TstreeT Controversy. When Fight View 360. When the hell was that? This past weekend, just so happens, Robert Helenius fought in Ra's al Ghul's and Bane's Lazarus Pit. So I'm guessing he had to climb out that place. Here, I'll show you a clip. I'm guessing he had to climb out by beating up whoever this dude was. My man, well, they say he was fighting in a dungeon. By the way, here's clips from the press conference and face-off. Trying to see if I can find the clip. Here it is. Dungeon Master. Underground fight clubs. And then look, a week later. And who was this man he fought? Let's go see. Who was this man? Who are you? He's not even... Oh, wait, here we go. Mika. I'm going to butcher that last in. Jesus, where the hell is this place? Well, stopped him in 3. Now, remember, Deontay Wilder knocked him out with just like a love tap. One thing I've learned about Robert Helenius is he can beat every heavyweight. Maybe not a Tyson Fury. Maybe not a Usyk. But at one point in time, he was really, really good. I mean, he is good, but a delicate tap on that chin can have him dancing. You always know when he's about to go, unless you just clean spark him out. Am I giving him a chance against Anthony Joshua? Yeah, of course I'm giving him a chance. I'm not saying he's going to win. But, you know, Anthony Joshua has been a little bit, you know, of a head case the last couple of years, you know? He doesn't have that invincibility, but he should be able to hit Helenius clean and get him out of there. So I do like the undercard, though. A degenerate fight like Derek Chisora versus Gerald Washington. That interests me. You know, Campbell Hatton seems like a cool dude, but it's only a matter of time before he gets sparked out. So I want to make sure I'm watching live on the zone when it happens. And this is supposed to be a step up for him. This Tom Ansel guy, 10-4 with 2 KOs. But yeah, as far as Campbell's concerned, it's going to happen. I just want to make sure I'm there when it do, or when it does. You know, good kid. You know, good kid. I'm just saying. Derek Chisora taking some jabs at Eddie Hearn today in the press conference. You know, basically saying that skills challenge is the reason why he's on the undercard, because Eddie Hearn didn't want to pay him. 39 years old, 33-13, 23 KOs. Gerald Washington, all he's got to do is box and move for real, for real. Don't let, you know, him catch you. But Gerald Washington is just another version of Seth Mitchell. So I've never was really high on him, just a little taller, more skillful. Seth Mitchell just was a runaway train, you know. Seth Mitchell, for those who don't know, he was supposed to be Deontay Wilder before Deontay Wilder. HBO was hyping him big time. He got sparked out by Nightmare Areola. And then pretty much kind of ain't never been seen again. Who else did he lose to after that? I feel like he lost to somebody else. Tyson Fury pisses me off. But, you know, a lot of big fights for Del Boy. And I was really hoping that he was going to get the fight. But the fact that Joshua's got that pending Deontay Wilder fight in January down in Saudi Arabia, I was like, they're not going to put him in there with no Hrgovic or even a Del Boy Chisora, you know, to be able to fuck up those plans. So therefore, you call up the feather-chinned, you know, Robert Helenius, who just fought a week ago, and he's trained with Deontay Wilder. He was a known Deontay Wilder a sparring partner before they fought. Malik Scott also trains Gerald Washington. Gerald Washington's name was in the hat. And according to Eddie Hearn, Andy Ruiz just said something on social media, but never really was like wanting to jump in. But my gut told me, I was like, it's not going to be no Hrgovic. It's not going to be Derek Chisora, you know, and maybe a Dempsey McKean, but even that's a little bit too risky. Even that's a little bit too risky. But with that being said, I'm going to be here. We're going to be streaming on my other channel, T-Street Uncut. I apologize that I didn't cover boxing this weekend. I just did Nate Diaz, Jake Paul. I tried. Like, I watched the Shadeja Green fight because that's the only fight to me that really mattered. You know, the Heather Hardy, Amanda Serrano, I did watch that. And I sat here and I just played video games while Jake Paul and Nate Diaz was in the ring. I'm just like, you know, that influencer boxing, it's just, I'm trying. I'm not writing it off. I'm trying. You know, but it's still a work in progress. With that being said, I'm going to be streaming during this card and streaming during the Valdez card all on the same day on my other channel, T-Street Uncut. But my post-fight content is going to be here on this channel. I was dealing with a YouTube suspension for 2.5 months. So I'm finally back to being able to pump out content and actually not be, make some money off of it and actually have my videos promoted by the platform. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe, and yeah, see you later on.